Hey everybody, this is my 125 gallon native tank, and it just occurred to me that I put my minnow trap out a couple of days ago and I actually forgot about it again. So it's been sitting down the street for a couple of days and now we're going to go and check it. The last time I left it out there for a few days, someone else had come along and emptied it for me. By the time I got to it, it only had like 2 crayfish and a minnow or something like that in it. I've said before that I don't mind. I'd rather see somebody get some use out of them than just have them die in the trap because I forgot about them or something like that. As long as they don't steal my trap. That happens occasionally. About once a summer I lose a trap. But they're not expensive. They're only a few bucks. So it's no biggie if I lose one over the course of the entire summer, considering I'm putting it out in the side of the road in public and any old body that wants can walk along. I think I'm doing pretty good for only having one a year stolen. But so far, so good. I haven't lost any yet this year. So we're going to run down and see if it's still there and find out what's in it. Alright, I can still see my cord tied to the pole, so I'm assuming it's still there. Yep. It even still has bait in it. Considering I used cornbread for bait, that's pretty surprising. Let's see how effective it was. Well, I'd say it was pretty effective. We'll go ahead and put it back, I suppose. So it looks like a bunch of creek chubs, 3 more crayfish. So it should be interesting to see, now that I don't have that Mayan cichlid in there, how long these creek chubs survive. That's a bottom feeding sort of fish. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but that's definitely got a downward facing sucker mouth on it and different markings on its body. So these are the creek chubs, and they have forward facing sort of wide gaping mouths like that, but they're forward facing, whereas that large one has a downward facing mouth. So definitely a different species, just not sure what. So alright, let's take them back to the house and get them in the tank and we'll see what we do. And here we are. So it's been about maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, and hang on a minute, I'm getting distracted. Let me see if he settles down. I'm looking at this. No, he didn't. I'm looking at this little fish right. Well, he just drifted behind that log. He's one of those sucker mouth fish. We just saw the bigger one go past. There he is right there, coming out from behind that log. Not sure what they are, but I've definitely got at least 3 of them in here. The one, you can see, if I can keep my camera straight, just sort of drifted past this larger one right here. And he's struggling. I'm not sure if it's the sudden temperature shock. It actually looks like it's doing better than it was a few minutes ago. But I definitely brought home 3 of those little fish. Here's the other one right here. You can see that downward facing mouth, and they have different markings. Really neat looking little fish. I'm not sure what they are though. I've said many times that I'm not a native species expert by any means. This is just a fun little tank of the fish I catch down the street. Up until I really started looking at them like this, I thought of them all as minnows. You know, I didn't realize there was different species of minnows in the stream out there. So whatever these are, I've had them before, and they've never really lasted all that long. I'm not sure what the deal with that is. I don't know if it's my water. I don't know if it's the warmer temperatures in the tank is unsuitable for them, or if in the past I didn't have enough oxygen in the water. I do now have a lot of oxygen in the water. I've got an air stone blowing right underneath of my power head down here, which creates a lot of micro bubbles in the water. And that gives me a plenty, you know, I'm as oxygenated as I can be, basically. The temperature is a bit of an issue. I don't have my really warm fixture on the top of this tank anymore. That's the twin T5 unit that I only turn on at certain times when I'm shooting videos. That really gets this tank warm, and when I use that as a regular light, I get the tank up near 80 degrees. So I really think that would be an issue. Look, here's a little more of that behavior I was hoping to see. I know there is a fish called a log perch, and it looks something like a darter, something like a goby. I'm wondering if these aren't that, because I've seen them a couple times now look like they were going to stop and sort of sit on top of a log, you know, or one of these little branches and just sort of sit on the wood. I've seen them sit on the bottom. They definitely sort of sit up on their fins, like, you know, you or I would, like, kind of lie down up on our elbows. They sort of use their pectoral fins to prop themselves up. So it's definitely a different kind of fish. It's a fish that's very clearly evolved to be on the bottom. It's designed to eat downwards, so not really sure what they are. Here's the other one. I've been looking for him. Here's the big one. So anybody knows what that is, feel free to identify it for me. I don't know what it is, but it's a really cool looking fish. I just hope it lasts. So with the higher levels of oxygen in the water and the lack of really aggressive fish in here, I'm hoping I get a little more lifespan out of that fish than I normally do. Every time I put one of them in there, it just never really lasts very long, and I don't know why. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to wrap that up. I will put a link for the minnow trap down below. As I said, it's only about $10 or something like that. I think it's $8.99 or $9.98 or something like that. It's not expensive. So there will be a link down below if you want to check that out and get yourself a little minnow trap for yourself. And as you saw, it also catches the crayfish just fine. So for that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get. I got a lot of things going on this week that I want to try to get videos out about. Some stuff on my mind, some things I want to talk about. And if you're subscribed, you won't miss any of that coming up. We got some good stuff happening. So don't forget, this one's my native tank. I'll see you real soon in the next one.